$401,000. That's the new AI infrastructure spending hitting the world in 2026 alone, and the average enterprise is using 5% of it. This isn't a one-year blip. Gartner has AI infrastructure spend going from $965 billion in 2025 to $1.37 trillion this year to $1.75 trillion in 2027. Total worldwide AI spending, $2.52 trillion in 2026, up 44% year over year. Everyone's buying. Almost nobody's checking what they're actually running. Here's the actual number from the people who measured it instead of guessing. Cast AI pulled usage data from roughly 23,000 production Kubernetes clusters across AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud for their 2026 State of Kubernetes Optimization Report. Average GPU utilization 5%, CPU 8%, down from 10% a year ago. Memory 20%, down from 23%. Every number is moving in the wrong direction while the checks get bigger. Why does this hurt more for GPUs specifically? Cast AI co-founder Laurent Gill put it bluntly. A GPU sitting idle costs you dollars an hour. A CPU sitting idle costs you cents. You're not wasting a rounding error. You're wasting the single most expensive line item in the budget, 95% of the time. So why doesn't the market fix this? Fear. Gill's term for it is neo-real estate. Companies aren't renting compute they need. They're hoarding compute they're afraid to be without. Hoarding works exactly like it does in housing. Scarcity gets manufactured, so H100 one-year lease prices climbed roughly 40% over 5 months entering 2026, even as utilization kept falling. Demand for capacity nobody's using is still driving up the price of capacity everyone wants. And it's not hurting the sellers. While enterprise buyers sit on idle GPUs, the hyperscalers renting them the compute keep compounding. Microsoft Azure, revenue up 40%, AI business now at a $37 billion annualized run rate. AWS, $37.6 billion in revenue, up 28% year over year. Google Cloud, $20 billion, up 63%. The waste is invisible to the people selling the shovels. They get paid whether you use the shovel or not. Here's the root cause. In one chart, 62% of organizations are still experimenting or piloting AI. 23% are scaling it in just one function. Fewer than 10% have scaled it enterprise-wide. And only 14% say their own data architecture is even ready for AI at scale. Most companies aren't running steady AI workloads yet. They're running one-off pilots on GPUs sized for production. That's the entire 5%, explained in 4 numbers. But somebody's already repricing this risk. On July 17, 2026, General Compute and Upper 90 closed what's reported as the first loan of its kind. $400 million collateralized not by training GPUs, but by inference chips, the hardware that runs models that are already built, serving real, continuous traffic. Financiers are quietly betting that steady, always-on serving is the safer collateral. Bursty, on-demand compute isn't just wasteful. It's now measurably riskier to lend against. Put it together and the story flips. This was never a chip shortage. NVIDIA, AMD, and every cloud on Earth shipped enough silicon in 2026 to run 5, 10, 20 times the workload actually running on it right now. The shortage is of scheduling, of workloads that run continuously instead of in bursts. The industry solved, can we build the model? It hasn't solved, can we keep the hardware busy? $401 billion is going into AI infrastructure this year. Whoever figures out how to actually run it continuously, not on demand, inherits a 5% efficiency gap that's currently worth hundreds of billions of dollars. That gap won't close itself. And right now, almost nobody's chasing it.